A few moments ago, we showed you a promising method for battling E. coli. But as we all know, there are plenty of other food dangers out there, especially when you're eating out. Unfortunately, even if your favorite neighborhood restaurant is squeaky clean, the food there may not be safe. Because between the field and your table, a lot of fruits and vegetables make a stop at a wholesale produce market. Every big city has them. But Los Angeles is lucky it also has one of the country's best consumer reporters at our station, KNBC. Joel Grover took hidden cameras inside one market, and what he found may turn your stomach.
When you're eating out at your favorite restaurant, do you ever wonder where your food has been? What if it's from a place crawling with rats, where food is getting contaminated, even by the people who work there?
I saw you going to the bathroom right around boxes of food.
Step inside the 7th Street Wholesale Produce Market in downtown Los Angeles, one of the biggest in the country. This is where thousands of restaurants and stores in Southern California and some in nearby states buy their fruits and vegetables.
I think produce markets are one of the hidden hazards.
Hi, Daddy.
Caroline Smith DeWall, a consumer advocate for the Center for Science in the Public Interest, says wholesale produce markets might be a weak link in the food chain.
Consumers aren't really aware of all the people who might be touching produce on its way to their table.
Starting last fall, we went undercover with hidden cameras at the 7th Street Market, where week after week we found filthy conditions, like workers dumping trash wherever they pleased, or picking up cucumbers off the sludgy ground and selling them like they're clean. We found produce stored right next to the porta potties and next to the garbage dumpsters, which are crawling with rats. Rats that feast on the market's fruits and vegetables.
Are there rats?
Oh, big ones. Boy, they love it in here.
Jeff Nelkin, a forensic food safety expert, found these conditions inexcusable.
Rats carry disease, so as they walk on top of the food or if they take a bite out of it, they're leaving their bacteria and viruses behind.
And take a look at the bathrooms for the market's workers.
No hot water. No way to turn the hot water on.
No hot water and no soap.
No soap?
Every day we saw workers like this woman using the toilets and then touching food without washing their hands with soap and hot water. And this is an image we saw multiple times. Produce vendors urinating right out in the open around boxes of vegetables.
Why did you do that?
I have no idea. I'm very stupid. I'm very stupid. When I go there.
You shouldn't have done that.
Correct.
But this was perhaps the biggest health hazard we saw. Water spilling out of pipes that smelled like raw sewage. The water was splashing right onto boxes of produce.
The conditions in that market really looked like turn of the century.
We took water samples from the market and had them analyzed at a lab. What did they find in that water touching fruits and vegetables? Extremely high levels of E. coli, fecal coliform, and listeria, which can all cause food poisoning and can't always be washed off. So where does this possibly contaminated produce end up? In Los Angeles, we tracked it to local outlets of national chains like Johnny Rockets and IHOP, as well as to smaller restaurants and markets. These restaurants now tell us they've stopped buying produce at the 7th Street Market because of the conditions we found. Conditions so dirty, they surprise even some of the workers.
I'm surprised the health department hasn't said something about this market the way it is.
In fact, the LA County Health Department has been well aware of problems at the 7th Street Market. We found stacks of health code violations in their own files going back for years. But as this inspector admitted on hidden camera, they've never done much to force the market to correct those violations.
He's been kind of lenient, awfully lenient with you guys.
We wondered why, so we asked Terrence Powell, chief of the LA County Department of Environmental Health.
Our actions have been very aggressive in the area of sanitation.
Aggressive, it seems, only after NBC started asking questions. Right after we requested this interview, our hidden cameras caught the chief health inspector warning vendors at the market that NBC was investigating and they better clean up.
I don't know, NBC might be out here in another week or so.
So the fact that NBC's coming kind of gave us a heads up, huh?
Yeah. We're diligently enforcing what we're supposed to have been doing all along.
Seems like your people have not been doing their job in keeping that place clean.
I think it would appear so.
Would you want to eat the food from this place?
I would have a definite concern about the food emanating from this facility.
Because of our investigation, the LA County Board of Supervisors ordered health officials to clean up the 7th Street Market.
This is very embarrassing, I think, for you and for all of us.
Today, it's beginning to look like a different place, and the bathrooms are now up to code. But food safety experts say what we found here should be a wake-up call to produce markets across the country.
Wholesale produce markets need to be inspected regularly. This is vital to ensure that conditions like this don't exist in other cities.
The owner and manager of the 7th Street Market are now facing criminal charges for multiple health and safety code violations. A spokesperson for the market tells us they are surprised by the charges because they have cleaned things up. For the latest on this story, including more of that hidden camera video from our Los Angeles station,